Hello everyone, welcome to Time Will Tell Tarot. Today I'll be doing a reading for the sign of Gemini for the month of February. Sorry for putting this video out a little late, only because I wasn't feeling well. And finally I'm able to do the reading. So please bear in mind that this may or may not be resonating with you. If so, that's cool. If not, it's probably not meant to be for you. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for Gemini. And I also do encourage people to watch their moon sign videos and the person that they're dealing with, their moon sign video. Only because the moon sign, it rules our emotions, so it definitely can give you a great deal of insight how you feel and how they feel. Anyway, Gemini. That's one thing I have to take. Okay. Okay. It does suggest to meditate if you can. It can help bring you the answer as well. So I keep moving the tripod. Let's see, what is it about? Christ, devil energy here. Okay. I didn't know it was that. Okay, Two of Cups at the bottom again. It's funny, in the beginning it wanted to, it kind of fell out, but when I was shuffling, but I put it back in, but now it's at the bottom again. So it's giving me this very heavy energy, talking about soulmate. Now, soulmate doesn't have to be related to a romantic partner, so it can be strangers, your friends, your family, relatives, you know, anyone really. So it doesn't have to be. I'm seeing that, I'm picking up the energy that you are supposed to be someone who can actually really shine and let people have this positive energy and really helpful, like really sunny and bright, like all that. But unfortunately, because you have this devil energy, and it's the first card that fell out, it really saying that someone here, it's allowing that devil energy override them, take control of them, become very cold and detached. And I do feel like you know it, but you kind of let it be, you know, let the way how it goes. Oh, why is that though? When I say, like I always say, you know, the devil energy, it can represent a lot of things, you know, not just, you know, it can be overthinking, being very selfish, dishonest, what else, addicted to drugs, sex, food, alcohol, any negativities, and any negativity energy that causes that, it will fall into that category. Now, the things I just mentioned, it does not mean that you have those qualities in you. I'm not saying that, I'm just giving you example. It's a very wide range of you know, negative energy that represent the devil card. So let's say if you are being very distant, that can be it. Even though, you know, you don't take drugs, you don't just, you know, have casual sex with people and all that. You're doing everything great, but because, let's say, I'm just giving you an example, if you are very distant and all that, you could also have this devil energy. When I say distant, in a bad way. So let's say me, myself, I like to stay home a lot and do things, but I do it in a healthy way. I'm not doing it in an isolating energy that, oh, I don't want to talk to people, I'm afraid of this. No, if I walked out the door today, I'm perfectly fine, like talking with others, having a few laugh, and, you know, but I only choose to do it because I do like to center myself a lot and meditate a lot. So, but some people overdo it. Some people, they do it for the wrong reason. So let's tap into it and see what's going on. Yeah, because maybe someone here, it's all thinking all about themselves. Thinking all about themselves. The Fool. They want to take an adventure, but just on their own. They don't want to be bothered with anybody. And that's why they become very cold and detached. Now, the thing is, if you're in a commitment with someone, I don't think it's a very good thing that if you have the devil energy and you're in a relationship with someone, because I feel like you in the relationship, whoever has the devil energy, so take whichever side you're on. Again, it can also go vice versa, so it can be someone do it to you. Yeah. Now, speaking for someone who has the devil energy, just care about themselves, but somehow they're in a relationship, I'm picking the energy that that person will, despite they're in a relationship, but they still want to kind of go out there and do whatever they want. And it causing someone wants to move on. I don't know whether it's you or the other person. Just when I say moved on. And then Three of Swords came out. because I do feel like someone they know they're juggling, someone they know emotional wise they're not balanced, still they, you know, for whatever reason, you know, they ended up in a relationship, or but then I kind of feel like they realize like it's probably time to move on. It will be a big happy change, not only for you or for the other person. Three of Pentacles, and now it's time. I feel like if you need help, you might need to start asking for help, or it could be you're starting to have people around you willing to help you and nurture you and guide you through this confusing, this challenging time, whether you know it or not. But I feel like here it's you a lack of that nurturing. You got the Empress here. It could be because some of you, it could be you have very when it comes to motherly kind of love, you don't really have it in life, or for whatever reason, maybe in the past you don't have good relationship with your mother, or maybe your mother passed away, or maybe in the past you don't have a good relationship with your mother. And so when it comes to this nurturing energy, this love, you might kind of lack with it. This is for some group of you, not everyone, yeah. But I do see that somehow it affects you because you are someone, you can be someone very emotional and, you know, full of loving inside, but often you don't tell people about it, you don't show people about it. That's because you yourself are confused, or perhaps you choose not to deal with it. You just want to walk away and like, oh, I don't want to be sissy about it and talk about it, and I just want to move. But here it's encouraging you that it's time for you to really look into the word love, how you can love someone openly, and how you can receive that kind of love as well. If someone have done you wrong, well, it's time for you to open up and forgive them. People who tend to holding the grudge and not willing to forgive the other person, even that, you know, the other person have done them wrong, they often will not be able to love again in a healthy way. Well, how can you if you're not willing to forgive and accept? When you look back, let's not talk about adult, let's talk about, you know, just like little kids. When you were little kids, you make countless of mistakes, and what happened is your parent will still forgive you and forgive you and forgive you, not because you only, you know, you're a kid, but still, like, human beings should realize people will make mistakes in order to learn. Page of Pentacles. I feel like it's time for you to learn this lesson, to learn. I know everyone knows about love, but not many people know the definition about love, to be fair. So that is the challenge, you see. Page of Pentacles, the Moon. I feel like to learn how to, when it comes to giving, when it comes to love, what is truly meant for you. because there's a moon card here. I feel like in this scenario, in this category, you feel really confused about it with your emotions. And you need time to heal as well. And once you do that, I assure you, you will see abundance start coming in. You will see like big offers coming in. Once you know the truth. You see? Queen of Swords, Four of Wands. Once you heal and once you learn, once you know what is right and wrong when it comes to your mindset, because I feel like at the moment or in the past your mindset wasn't right when it comes to your own abundance, when it comes to your own contentment. You have no idea. You thought you were content, you thought you were doing fine in life, but you wasn't. So this reading, it's quite deep, to be fair. It's not just simply talking about relationship with, romantic relationship, but I feel like it's more about you yourself. And because how the weight affect you, it can be difficult when it comes to how you handle different relationship in life, when it comes to romantic partner, friendship, and family, and stranger, etc., etc. It just... And then the next message is saying that it's time, like giving and receiving. Have a new way of thinking about what truly means to you when it comes to giving or when it comes to receiving. I give an example. Some people, they might have a very, let's put it this way. Some people, they physically, for one, they're not close with their family. They're probably not living with their family. They probably live far away, but maybe once in a blue moon, they will have dinner together, Christmas, New Year, whatever. But physical-wise, they're already not close. So what happened is they will maybe from time to time send money home, buy gifts to their parents, and they will call it a day and think like they've done their best as a son or as a daughter. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying this is you, yeah? Now, the thing is, some people might think that, well, I've done my part already. What more you want? And because they feel like the definition of love is to just do what is convenience for them. Yes, maybe you have really put out the money, you have buy the gift for them, or any of that, or arrange something for them, or hire a maid to look after your folks. But have you ever asked, is this actually what they want? Because maybe deep down your folks just want you to come home and visit them more often. But for you, you might think like, well, no, I don't have time. Like, it's fine. I just get their money and transfer it to their bank. That this all matters. No, this is not quite right. I remember one of my uncle, my very dear uncle, he taught me a lesson. He once said to me that even a beggar on the street, they have dignity. And, even though, let's say you want to try to help them, and you might think that, by just throwing them some coins, or, throwing them, I don't know, whatever, you think you're doing them a favor, you help them. But maybe these people, they want more than just money. They might actually just want want someone to really care for them, just come and ask them if they're okay, how are they feeling lately, or maybe just give them a jumper or give them a meal. It's way more than just throwing them some coins, like a penny or so. They might don't even want your money because they feel like they have high self-esteem sometimes, but they kind of just do it because they don't have a choice in a way. So I don't know why I just feel like I wanted to give you this sort of example, talk about how when it comes to receiving and giving love, you know, around people. Or maybe you do feel like, okay, or maybe you also do feel like that for some reason when you're giving or when you're receiving, it can also give you burden, like you can feel really stressed out, or maybe when you're around those people you're really stressed out. So rather than kind of get very close to you, you would choose to kind of keep it at distance and being detached, and you would rather to help those people or whoever it is in a distance. It will be tangible, like you'll be, let's say for example, you give money to somebody, you always like make sure you transfer the money on time every month and that's about it, but you will remain very cold and detached. So in that sense, I find it kind of weird. And it here is strongly to tell you to let go. Now I want to find out about let go about what, because definitely something on your side is just not right. Okay, let go about being all just happy in your own bubble by yourself and don't really care. It's almost like other people, you don't really want to deal with it. Yeah, it's time for you to let go of, you have two things. Nine of Pentacles, someone who is all about themselves. They do have everything in life, but it's almost like all they care is nothing but themselves in that world. Like, do you see any people in it? There's no people in it. It's just like you in a way like that. Or only the things you truly care, but mostly you put yourself center, this card. And on the other hand, you probably, there will be time you overthink, you think a lot. You might think you're very wise. You might think like, well, what are you talking about? I know what I'm doing. I don't need you to tell. But sadly, I need to say, you might think you're wise, but the minute you have the devil card came out, you know, in the very beginning, it tells me that apparently you're not. So, what other thing you should let go? Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is talk about karma. Maybe you are someone who, in a way, you don't really believe in that. You don't believe that this kind of thing, it will come back to you. And you feel like, you kind of feel like, oh, I made my fortune, I made my destiny. In a way that you think what you're doing now, it's fine, but it's not. See, the bottom of the deck, the Lovers, the World, Six of Pentacles, no, I mean Six of Cups, and King of Wands. So the Lovers is like this soul bond, this soul tie is really strong. Whoever you're with, it's like there's a decision needs to be made to end the chapter, to end this distance between you and whoever it is in your life. And I do feel like it's someone from your past. It could be, you know, your mom. It could be not, but I just picking that it could be your mom, but it's someone from the past. And I feel like you need to having that King of Wands energy, which is like King of Wands energy is they know what to do and they will do it. They're coming in very passionate and all that. Okay, now I'm just gonna do a quick reading. This is just a little message. See what sort of advice they want to give you. Normally I would split them into two but here, because this specific reading, I don't know why I'm picking up heavily. It's more about you, so that's why I'm not going to split them into two groups. I'm just going to shuffle the card and see how many cards will want to come out and give you as an advice message. Okay. Surrender, defensiveness. I don't know if you can see. So, surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. You see what I just said earlier? I said how you're in a deep thought, you think like you're fine, what's wrong with me, there's nothing wrong, and blah blah blah, you know. And then this first card came out talking about how you're being defensive when it comes to your own self. Okay, surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify to release any remnants of low self-esteem. So you might, well, for some of you might have low self-esteem due to whatever reason. Maybe the way you brought up, or any life experience, or you might somehow compare yourself to others, and it could be anything can trigger this, but the urging you not to have low self-esteem. Surrender your desire to control people. So being over-controlling can sabotage relationship. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So like I said, someone could also try to control the situation too much. That could be you. And sometimes, like I just said to you, you know, you might want to do it the way you want it to, but unfortunately that way is not necessarily helping to create a better outcome for both parties, for whoever you're dealing with. You might think you feel good about it because that is only with yourself, but like I said, what about other people you're dealing with? Just like when I brought up that example, you know, how you wanted to help the beggar and you might just want to throw some penny in the cup, but maybe that is not really what they want in their heart. Have you actually asked them what they really want? And maybe, you know, because I've done that in the past, and all they want is just a meal. They told me, can I actually have a meal? And so instead of giving them money, I went and get them meals, because some of the homeless people, you know, they also have low self-esteem as well, you know. They also have dignity as well. They, you know, people who ended on the street, I'm sure nobody truly wants to end up being on the street. They ended up there, have their own reasons. So, you know, we shouldn't judge so quick about, oh, you know, they're just trying to trick people for money and whatever. That thoughts, we mustn't have it, because I'm a Buddhist. As a Buddhist, it always saying that if someone truly trying to trick you, they will have their karma, and karma will catch them, and karma will teach them and guide them through to the right path. And for anyone like us, when we truly want to help someone, before we actually think about, oh, that person is going to trick me and this and that, if you can do it, you know, you only have to think of two things. If you can actually help, then help. And then the second thing is you just take action. You don't even have to wonder, oh, if that person is trying to trick you. Because the minute you overthink, you're not helping yourself to do the right thing. Because all you care is just you're thinking about yourself, you know. Anyway, I'm not saying like we shouldn't be more cautious, but to be fair, like 10 out of 10 of the time when I put money out there to the beggar and all that, I never question the motive. And because to me it's just, I just want to help. And if I have spare change, I help. If I can buy them a meal, then you just help. It's as simple as that. Because I think nowadays a lot of people overthink too much. Anyway, they're trying to control too much. That's why a lot of people are not getting the kind of help they need. Okay, last one. Yeah, surrender to your soul path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So like I just said, everyone have their soul path to go. You, them, me, he, she, whoever, everyone. So you just have to focus your journey and make sure your thoughts is good, your intention is good, your behavior is good towards to yourself and to other people, and that all matters. It's not that complicated, you know. And a lot of time people they refuse to do that. They refuse to start doing the right thing, starting with themselves first. And then before they even do it, they start going around and criticize other people and, you know, judging other people and do bad things to people. And, you know, I don't see how the hell they can have good karma back in their life. Anyway, I really hope this message, it helps you. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.